Hello students, we had discussed in the previous class on the type 1 and type 2 error and the size of the test and level of significance and power of the test. Next we are going for the critical region and acceptance region. Suppose for each sample of same size of a statistic is computed to test H0, some values of a statistic may lead to the rejection of H0 and other values may lead to the acceptance of H0. Now in this example where there are 1 lakh apples and our null hypothesis was the mean weight of apples is 5 grams and our alternative hypothesis was the mean weight is not equal to 5 grams. So what we do, we take a sample of 100 apples and we do the testing. We see the weight of each apples and we come to a conclusion whether it is 5 grams or it is not equal to 5 grams. So we'll take different sample. This is first sample. Again I'll take some 100 more apples. This is the second sample and again I'll take some 100 more apples. This is the third sample. Okay, I am taking samples of the same size. Okay, I shouldn't take one sample of 100 apples and another sample of 50 apples. That won't give me the correct answer because the number of apples are differing. We have to always take samples of same size and come to a conclusion. Now when I take three different samples, you imagine I took 1, 2 and 3. Three different samples. In this sample, when I tested, I got that the weight of the apples is 5 gram. The next sample which I took, right, of the 100 apples, that time when I tested, I got that it is not equal to 500 grams. In the third sample that I took of the apples, that time I got it is 500 grams. So here we say, suppose for each sample of same size of a statistic is computed to test H0. Now we are taking the samples to test H0, that is to test our null hypothesis. We are testing whether the mean of the apples, the weight is 5 grams or not. Some values of a statistic may lead to the rejection of H0, isn't it? Some values of the statistic may lead to the rejection of H0. What is our H0? Our H0 says that the weight is 5 gram. So some values may lead to the rejection. See, now in this second sample, if you see this second sample says that it is not equal to 5 gram. That is, it is rejecting the null hypothesis. Whereas some samples may accept the null hypothesis. Now in this sample when I took, I got that the weight is 5 grams. So this is accepting the null hypothesis. Some values of a statistics may lead to the rejection of H0 and the other values may lead to the acceptance of H0. The values of a statistic which lead to the rejection of H0 gives a region called a critical region or rejection region. In other words, critical region is a region in a sample space which amounts to the rejection of the null hypothesis. Now we take all the sample and we create one sample space. We draw a graph or something, or maybe we plot all the values. Maybe this is one, we are plotting the values. This is our sample space, and in this some values say are accepting. Maybe this value is accepting and this values is rejecting. And again I am taking few samples and saying this sample is accepting. So this region in the sample space which rejects the null hypothesis is called the rejecting region or the critical region. The values of a statistics which lead to the rejection of H0 are called gives a region called the critical region or the rejection region. In other words, critical region is a region in the sample space which amounts to the rejection of the null hypothesis. What is acceptance region? Acceptance region is the set of those values of the test statistics which leads to the acceptance of the null hypothesis. Okay, critical value, critical or significant value is the value of test statistic which separates the critical region and the acceptance region. It is denoted by k, which depends on the level of significance alpha. So there now we understood what is acceptance region, what is rejection region, and there will be a one critical value which separates which le- uh, which separates the critical region and the acceptance region. It separates the critical region, that is this region, and the acceptance region, that is denoted by k. That will be a critical or the significant value. This value of k will depend on alpha, that is the level of significance. The next is the two-tailed and one-tailed test. While testing statistical hypothesis, we come across with two-tailed and one-tailed test. What is a two-tailed test? Two-tailed test is a test of a statistical hypothesis where rejection region is located at both the tails of the probability curve of the null distribution of the test statistic. Here the alternative hypothesis is of the type which is not equal. So what we had is we had seen alternative hypothesis where it can be nu is not equal to nu naught, where nu naught will be our null hypothesis. So this will be a two-tailed test, and its acceptance region and where the rejection region is located at both the tails of the probability curve of the null distribution. Here we have the graph. If this is the null distribution curve, okay, in a two-tailed test the rejection region will be at the both ends of the curve. So rejection region will be here and here at the two ends of this curve, and acceptance region will be in between. So this is a two-tailed test. Thus in a two-tailed test we reject the null hypothesis if a sample statistics is significantly lower than or higher than the hypothesized population parameter. For example, testing now H naught, we are taking null hypothesis H naught as nu equals nu naught. Against our alternative hypothesis will be nu is not equal to nu naught, is a two-tailed test. This is an example of a two-tailed test where the null hypothesis is we are saying that nu is equals to nu naught, and our alternative hypothesis is nu is not equal to nu naught. So this is a two-tailed test. Next is a one-tailed test. One-tailed test is a test of statistical hypothesis where the rejection region will be located at any one tail of the probability curve of the null distribution of the test statistics. Now in two-tailed test we have the rejection region at the two ends of the null distribution curve. In one-tailed test it will be either at the left or the right. If the rejection region is at the left side, then it is called left. If this is at the left end, then it is called left-tailed test, and if it is at the right end, then it is called right-tailed test. The rejection region will be either at the left or the right tail of the curve depending upon the alternative hypothesis. Okay, where the alternative hypothesis is of type either less than or more than. Now in testing, if our null hypothesis H naught is nu equals nu naught against our alternative hypothesis nu is less than nu naught, then this will be a left-tailed or lower-tailed. And if the alternative hypothesis H1 is nu is greater than nu naught, then it will be right-tailed or upper-tailed. These are the examples of one-tailed test. This is a normal curve, and if the rejection region is at the left side, then it is called left-tailed test. If the rejection is at the right side, then it is called right-tailed test. Null distribution. The statistical distribution of the test statistic under the null hypothesis is called a null distribution. So this is a null distribution. We take a hypothesis, we find the values, we see where it will be accepting, where it will be rejecting. So this is a null distribution. Test statistic. A statistic based on whose distribution the testing of hypothesis is conducted. It is a statistic based on whose distribution the testing of hypothesis is conducted is called a test statistic. So we discussed today on the critical and acceptance region, and then the two-tailed and the one-tailed test. So I want you, if you have any more doubts, you can see few YouTube videos. There they will give you some examples and they will clearly make you understand. and this is on the statistical inference. In the next video we'll start with the new chapter. Thank you.